Hari Om everyone. Very warm welcome to you all for the fourth day of a discourse by Swami Aparajitananda ji on Upadesa Sara. And for those of you who were here yesterday and the previous days, I don't have to share what was discussed, but just how delighted we are all to be back here is what I would like to say. Just a small tidbit just to show what Swamiji's amazing way of discourse is that today afternoon we were asking Swamiji, is that Sanskritam that is used in Upadesa Sara easy, Swamiji? And he said, no, this is complicated. I mean, Sanskritam as it is. So obviously, the fact that it made it sound like we are able to understand the Sanskritam portion, I won't say Upadesa Sara, but the Sanskritam that Swamiji is explaining, obviously it means that, it's how Swamiji is able to make it easier for us. So really looking forward to to listen more, and because Swamiji said we are actually getting to it now, obviously today is going to be really intriguing. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Welcome to you.
सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ नमो नमः ॐ नमः ॐ नमो नमः ॐ नमः Achyutaya Namo. Shri Anantaya Namo. Achyutaya Namo. Shri Anantaya Namo. Sundaraya Namo. Suravanditaya Namo. Sundaraya Namo. Suravanditaya Namo. Madhavaya Namo. Madhusudanaya Namo. Madhavaya Namo. Madhusudanaya Namo. Karanaya Namo. Narayanaya Namo. Karanaya Namo. Narayanaya Namo. Om Namo Namo. Om Namo. Om Namo Namo. Om Namo. Om Namo Namo. Om Namo. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Antaryascha bahirvidhutatimiram jyotirmayam shashvatam sthanam prapya virajate vinamatam ajnanamunmulayan Pashyan vishwamapidamullasati yo Vishwasya pare paraha Tasmai Shri Ramanaya Loka Gurave Lokasya Hantre Namaha Tasmai Shri Ramanaya Loka Gurave Hantre Namaha. Let us chant from verse number 7 to 14. Ajyadharaya shrotasasamam saralachintanam viralataf param bhedabhavanat sohamityasau bhavanabhida pavanimata bhavashunya sadbhavasusthiति bhavana balad bhaktiruttama hrutsthale manah swasthata kriya bhakti yoga bodhascha nischitam vayurodhanat liyate manah जालपक्षिवत् रोधसाधनं चित्तवायवः चित्क्रियायुताः शाखयोर्द्वयी शक्तिमूलका लयविनाशने उभयरोधने लयगतं पुनर्भवति नोऽमृतं प्राणबन्धनात् लीनमानसम् एकचिन्तनात् नाशमेत्यदः एकचिन्तनात् नाशमेत्यदः. After having pointed out the mistake we all do, the mistake is we consider action as supreme. We completely forget the Lord, who is the very basis of all action. It is the Lord who makes the body sentient, alive, because of which we are able to do actions. Forgetting that Lord, we try to seek happiness in this world. And this is the mistake we all commit. And what is the end result? Kritimahau dadhau patanakaranam phalam ashashvatam gati nirodhakam. We get trapped in this world, in these infinite cycles of births and deaths. So what is the solution? The solution is, let us all turn Godward. So what is the way? Let us start from the basics, then go to the advanced. So what is the basic step? Start from puja or start from karma. At the bodily level, what is puja? Bhagavan says, serving the world with the attitude that I am serving the Lord itself is the puja. Start from here. So the whole of Karma Yoga we had discussed. Performing all actions with humility, with gratitude, with surrender, with devotion, with faith, with an attitude of worship. When actions are performed in this way, chitta shodhakam, mukti sadhakam, mind becomes pure. And as the mind becomes pure, we become qualified to do the advanced sadhanas. What do you mean by advanced sadhanas? Sadhanas where you are able to go deeper and deeper within. For doing advanced sadhana, all the advanced sadhanas are of subtle nature. They are sukshma rupa. For doing any operation which is of subtle nature, you need a subtle instrument. So the pure mind is that subtle instrument with which we are able to do that higher sadhana. So once we do this karma yoga, performing our duties as a worship of the Lord, the mind becomes purer. Then we are fit to go to the next stage. What is the next stage? Japa. So their physical body is not moving. You are using only the speech and the mind. In Karma Yoga, it is like riding a tricycle. The possibility of fall is not there at all. Japa is like riding a bicycle. Speech and mind. Only an expert can do it. Later on, Dhyanam will be riding a like circus, only one tire is there. More advanced. So in Japa, we take the alambanam, the support of the speech also. Using the speech, we try to reach the Lord. So what are the different types of Japa? Ucca Japa, mandajam japa, chittajam japa, and finally that japa leads to dhyanam. Loud japa, whispering japa, mental japa, and then you enter into silence, dhyanam. So what are the different types of dhyanam? So Bhagavan uses two verses here. So one is Sarala Chintanam and Virala Chintanam. What is Virala Chintanam? Interrupted meditation. Now and then the mind will go to the world. Rather, now and then the mind will go to God. Most of the time it is in the world. Now and then you connect to the divine, get recharged. So that is called as Virala Chintanam. Why is it that the mind is going towards the world? Because the mind is attached to the world. There are a lot of likes and dislikes. Attachments are there. So naturally, wherever the attachment is there, the mind will go there. So a healthy detachment from the world will help us withdraw the mind easily from the world. Vairagya helps a lot. But merely detaching from the world alone will not do. The mind has to attach also. Many times this is a mistake which many of the seekers commit. They try to block the mind from going to the world, but they don't direct the mind towards God. Then what will happen? What will happen is called suppression. What is suppression? You are suppressing the mind from going towards the world. But then mind craves for happiness. So what will happen to any technique of suppression? It will fail sometime or the other. Because it's like a pressure cooker. And you are not allowing the pressure to get released. So then there is an explosion. You control your food, upavas. Next day, feast like a pig. How much ever you have control. It's like a rubber band. The more you pull this side, the more it will go the other side. That's how the mind is. Whenever you go extreme, the mind will react, revolt. It is all because of suppression. So in spirituality, we are not talking of suppression. We are talking of sublimation. What is sublimation? As the mind is withdrawn from the outer world, mind is exposed to the higher joys. As the mind starts reveling in the higher joys, it is able to drop the lower pleasures. This is how the whole process has to be. It has to be an intelligent process. Suppression will not work. It's called as, so what works is only sublimation. As the mind tastes the higher joys, the sattvic joys, the joys of meditation, the joys of selfless service, the joys of devotion, they are all higher joys, more fulfilling joys. So once the mind gets exposed to these higher joys, mind automatically withdraws from the lower joy. The higher joys are, say for example, 1000 units of happiness. The lower pleasure is only 10 units of happiness. So naturally the mind will compare. Compared to that, this is better. So therefore then the mind goes. So this is called as sublimation. So once this happens, Sarala Chintanam starts becoming very effortless. Sarala means very effortless, spontaneous, uninterrupted. So two examples are given. What are the two examples? Ajya dharaya, like the flow of ajya. Ajya means what? Clarified butter, ghee, melted ghee. Ajya dharaya, Shrotasasamam, like the flow of river. How effortlessly the river flows. You don't have to force it. In the same way, effortlessly the mind meditates upon the Lord. That effortlessness is because mind is getting what it wants. What is that the mind wants? It wants happiness, fulfillment, contentment, and it gains from the higher self, God. So therefore there is effortlessness. So then that is called as Sarala Chintana. So every seeker has to go through these stages. First it is Virala Chintanam, and then it matures, our meditation matures into Sarala Chintanam. Right. The next verse Bhagavan takes is regarding the altar of meditation. So, what is the classification? There are two types of meditation. One is Bheda Bhavana, another one is Abheda Bhavana. Bheda Bhavana means what? In this meditation, meditator is different from the meditated. Meditator is different from what he is meditating upon. That is called as Bheda Bhavana. That is an easier one, but an inferior one. Because you are considering God as different from you, separate from you. Bhagavan says that is inferior. Which is the superior one then? Abheda Bhavana is superior. Why is it superior? Because it is Pavani, highly purifying. So this meditation is going to come later. Abheda Bhavana meditation. How to do that? So that will be the topic which we will be dealing today in detail later. So that is Pavani. Bhagavan, what will happen if we continue to do this meditation, meditating upon the self as God? What will happen? Bhava Shunya Sadbhava Susthiti will happen. Susthiti, firm abidance. In that state of being. Bhava, Sadbhava, state of being. Pure state of existence. And in that state, what do you experience? Bhava Shunya. Mind is absolutely quiet, absolutely silent. Why is the mind silent? Mind is silent because it is totally fulfilled. All its desires are fulfilled. A fulfilled mind is a silent mind. But how to develop this? Bhavana Balat, with regular meditation. And Bhagavan says, this is Bhakti Uttama. It's a Uttama Bhakti. It is the highest form of devotion. So what is the highest form of devotion? That devotion where there is no otherness. Ananya Bhakti is called Uttama Bhakti. So what is a sign that mind has attained that Ananya Bhakti? Ananya means no otherness, single pointed, unwavering devotion. What is the proof? Mind doesn't go anywhere else. This is the proof. If the mind is going somewhere else, it simply means there is something else which is attracting the mind. There is something else which the mind is giving higher importance to. What is a sign that mind has attained single pointedness of devotion? The sign is mind is absorbed in the self, silent in the self, dissolved in the self. That is called as Bhava Shunya Sat Bhava Susthiti. So then Bhagavan says, the purpose of all the sadhanas are to attain this alone. Hridsthale manaswasthata bhakti yoga bodhascha nishchitam. Nishchitam, this itself, this is firmly ascertained by all paths. This alone is the ultimate goal to be achieved. Whether it is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Kundalini Yoga, Raja Yoga, Hatha Yoga, whatever yoga you may practice, the purpose is only one. What is that purpose? Hridsthale manaha swasthata. Mind comfortably resting in one's own heart space, in one's own center, in one's own state of being, at the feet of the Lord, whatever name you may give, it is one and the same. Whatever path you take, just like a mountain, whatever path you may take, finally everyone has to reach the same peak. In the same way, all the paths, in the beginning it may appear to be very, very different, confusing, but finally the goal is only one. Names can be many. You may call it nirvana, salvation, enlightenment, moksha, mukti, you name anything. Finally, the goal is one, there cannot be another goal. So let there be clarity. So the whole spiritual journey is nothing but trying to know myself as I am. This is called as reaching Vaikuntha, reaching Kailasa. There is no some world to gain. Don't be under this impression that once you are liberated, one Vimana will come with Parshad, Vishnu Parshada attendance. They say, sir, please come, board the plane, and then they will go. All these stories are there in Purana for childish people. For those who can't understand all this, some story is told. Somehow they are initiated. That is the infinite compassion of Vedavyasa Rishi. That Puranas are written in such a way that everybody is happy. The LKG student is also happy and the PhD student is also happy. One text for all. So as in spirituality the advanced lesson begin, you have come to know that it is not going to some world, attaining something, attaining some state. It is simply knowing myself as I am. Right? Hridsthale manah swasthata. So what is the ultimate state? The ultimate state is absolute peace. As in Bible, the peace that passeth all understanding. All the religions are talking of the same thing. Right. Now, the question is, Bhagavan, if peace is the ultimate thing to be gained, there are various ways of attaining peace. There is something called LSD. You take LSD, that also gives peace. If peace is ultimate, then there are so many shortcut ways. All this puja, japa, dhyana and all not needed. Then Bhagavan says, no, we are talking of abiding peace. Not only absolute peace, but also permanent peace. Not only permanent peace, but independent peace. Not dependent on anything. So we are all craving for infinite peace, permanent peace, and independent peace. So any other peace gained through any other way is not going to be permanent. So for that, the example taken is pranayama, because very many times seekers get stuck in pranayama. Because when you are controlling your breath, when you breathe slowly and steadily, the mind becomes quiet. And this seeker misunderstands that since pranayama is quietening the mind, let me do pranayama throughout my life. And maybe sometime I may attain absolute peace. This wrong notion can creep in the mind of a seeker, so therefore that topic is taken up. How pranayama can give you peace, but that peace cannot remain for long. Vayurodhanat liyate manah jala pakshivat. No doubt, Vayurodhanat, when you control your breath, slow down your breath, manah liyate, mind becomes silent. But how is it? Jala pakshivat. It is like the bird caught up in the net. So bird is the mind, net is the pranayama. As long as net is there, bird is silent. The moment you remove the net, bird flies away. So the point is, what happens is only manolaya, not manonasha. Mind should be permanently quiet. This is our goal, which cannot happen through pranayama, because as long as pranayama is done, mind is quiet. But you can't throughout your life go on doing pranayama. It's not possible. So it is, no doubt in the beginning it is very helpful. When you sit, just like the runway is helpful for the aeroplane to take off, the wheels are helpful. In the beginning you use the wheels, you use the runway, but once it takes flight, then the wheels are pulled in. Isn't it? In the beginning, it's very helpful. Because in the beginning, when the mind is really extrovert, pranayama can bring the mind, help the mind withdraw, to a great extent quieten the mind in the beginning. But after that, the self-enquiry should be taken up. But Bhagavan, why is it that when we control our breath, mind becomes silent? Is there a relationship between mind and the prana? So Bhagavan says, yes. Shakhayor dvai shakti mulaka. Both of them, they are like two branches of one tree called Maya or Shakti or Prakriti. They are the two branches. The mind is associated with Ichha Shakti and Jnana Shakti. The power to desire and the power to know. These two powers are present in the mind. Mind is endowed with these two powers. What about prana? Prana is endowed with Kriya Shakti, the power of action. All these three powers belong to Maya. Prana has this Kriya Shakti, mind has this Jnana Shakti and Ichha Shakti. So both of them are related. They are two branches. And therefore, if you pull one branch, the other branch also comes. This is the point. There is a relationship. So therefore, make use of pranayama, but just don't depend on pranayama to quieten the mind, because what you will attain is only manolaya, not manonasha. So now two terms are used here. One is manolaya, absorption of the mind. The second is manonasha, destruction of the mind. Now, here we have to discuss a little. What do you mean by destruction of the mind? See, the mind can be divided into two. Now, for this discussion, one is called as objective mind, the other is called as subjective mind. What does the objective mind do? It shows us the objects. It shows us things, beings, etc. So I am seeing this mic, I am seeing you all. This is shown by the objective mind. What does the subjective mind do? It colors it. Colors it with what? Raga dvesha, likes and dislikes. So I am seeing a thing because of objective mind, but when that thing is seen, various kinds of emotions emerge in my mind. All those emotions are created by subjective mind. Let me give an example. So here was this lady. I used to go to her house for bhiksha. She used to feed me lunch. So her husband passed away. She was very sad. And then she was serving one sabji. In English, what do you? Some curry. Okay. Then she said, Swamiji, this is a curry which my husband loved very much. So when she was looking at this curry, where did her mind go? To her husband. She was reminded of her husband. The objective mind is showing only the curry, but the subjective mind colors the curry with the thoughts of husband. Are you able to understand? I've seen it many times, especially when husband and wife, they live together for a long time. Husband passes away, and this Amma is 90 years old. And whatever she looks at, she thinks only of husband. That chair is there. My husband used to sit here. That walking stick, the garden, this flower, he planted it. You see? So what has happened? The whole world is colored. So objective mind shows the world, subjective mind colors the world. One person comes, and my mind is filled with hatred, revenge. Why? Because now I am focusing only upon the negative aspects of that person. Now that person is a Ravana for me. Correct? What has happened is only a person has come. That is that. But my subjective mind starts the coloring the world. Right? So now, when we say mano nasha, destruction of the mind, we are not talking of destruction of the objective mind. We are talking of destruction of subjective mind. So what happens is, such a person sees things as it is. This is the meaning. The world is seen as it is without the coloring of likes and dislikes. This is what happens when you advance in spirituality. The mind has no color. You see things as it is. Right? This is called as manonasha. So don't get scared when this term is used. Destruction of mind. So, Swamiji, what will happen if the mind is gone? I will have to depend on others then. No. Okay, in fact, such a person becomes very alert about every little thing. Never gets swayed by the happenings because there is no coloring. And therefore his vision is a perfect vision. He is able to take decisions absolutely impartially. You see? So as you progress in spirituality, you become a better and better person. Okay? Yes. So then what happens? Verse number 15. Nashtamanasotkrishtayoginaha कृत्यमस्ति किं स्वस्थितिं यतः नष्टमानसोत्कृष्टयोगिनः कृत्यमस्ति किं स्वस्थितिं यतः Nashtamanasa Utkrishta Yoginah. So, who is the Utkrishta Yogi? The superior most yogi, the best yogi, the one whose mind is destroyed. Meaning, that subjective mind is destroyed. He has a pure mind, absolutely free from all kinds of blemish, coloring. Such a pure mind sees the reality as it is. Such a pure mind becomes a right instrument to experience the reality. So what is the reality? I am not this body. I am pure consciousness. I am Supreme Self. This is the ultimate reality. He knows himself as he is. There is no obstruction to color the reality, to obstruct the reality. He sees the reality as it is. Krityamasti kim swasthitim yataha. He has attained his true being, swasthiti. He has known his true nature. For such a person, krityamasti kim. What is there to attain? He has attained the highest. The purpose of life is served. Bhagwan, will you please guide us how to attain this state? Now from now on comes the real portion of this text. Okay. How to attain that supreme state? That is the topic now. Verse number 16. Drishyavaritam chittamatmanah Chitvadarshanam tattvadarsanam Drishyavaritam chittamatmanah Chittvadarsanam Tattvadarsanam. Yes. Now, for the further discussion, we assume that the mind is pure. Okay? We assume that puja is done, japa is done, mind is thoroughly purified, and such a person is sitting now for meditation. So, what are you supposed to do? Drishyavaritam chittam. Atmanah chittam. One's own mind. What kind of mind? Drishya varitam. Varitam means withdrawn. Withdrawn from what? Drishyam, what is seen. So, what are you supposed to do? Withdraw the mind from whatever is seen. Where should we fix the mind then? Fix the mind upon the. So, what is left now? If all the seen are removed, what is left? Seer alone is removed. Seer alone is left. Withdraw the mind from everything seen. Chittva darshanam. Fix your mind upon the seer, the observer. Who is the observer? Chittvam. Chittvam means consciousness, awareness. Withdraw the mind from what you see. Fix your mind upon the seer, the observer, the drashta. Bhagavan says that's all need to be done. Chittva darshanam, tattva darshanam. That consciousness itself is tattvam, reality. Don't get stuck up in what is seen. Find out because of whom you are able to see. There is a seer, there is seen. There is an observer, there is an observed thing. There is a drashta, there is a drishyam. So what is the ultimate meditation? Ultimate meditation is withdrawing the mind from everything seen, fixing it upon the seer. Bhagavan, will you give more clarification? I am still confused. Okay, listen, next verse. Manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam marga arjavat. Manasam tu kim margane krite naiva manasam marga arjavat. Yes, so at the seat of meditation, you are seeing so many thoughts. Assume that with closed eyes you are sitting. What do you find? You find your mind. What is mind? In this context, we will define mind as flow of thoughts. So now you are sitting closed eyes. You are seeing so many thoughts. At this time, you have to ask this question. Manasam tu kim? What is this mind? What are these thoughts? Iti margane krite. Thus, when you inquire, wonder of wonders, what happens? Naiva manasam. There is no mind. Mind just disappears. Bhagavan says, Marga Arjava. This is a straightforward path. Meaning, if you can do this, you don't have to do anything else. This is the ultimate thing you have to do at the seat of meditation. What do you have to do? Look at your thoughts. What is these thoughts? What are these thoughts? And if you are really inquiring it, Thoughts disappear. And what remains then? Only I, the pure consciousness, remain. That itself is moksha. Now, manasam tu kim is not a question, please. There are people who keep on sitting, who am I? What am I? Where is this? It is not a question. Self-enquiry is not a question, it is just witnessing. Witnessing. So mind is filled with thoughts, thoughts are just flowing in the mind. You are not asking any question because that question is also another thought. Then that thought will lead to somewhere else. You are just watching. And in this witnessing there is a law. What is the law? Identify with the thoughts and the thoughts multiply. Witness the thoughts and the thoughts die. This is a law. Identify with the thoughts and the thoughts multiply. Witness the thoughts and the thoughts die. This is a law. So when you sit at the seat of meditation, thoughts keep coming, and generally they are all worldly thoughts. How do we identify with these worldly thoughts? By showing interest in these thoughts. The moment you start showing interest in these thoughts starts multiplying. Why do we show interest in these thoughts? Because we like these thoughts. So what is it called? It is called as lack of vairagya. This is where healthy detachment will help. Thoughts are coming, you are just witnessing. Witnessing means being disinterested in whatever contents mind is bringing. It is exactly like somebody comes to you for a chat and that person is talking. And then you say, oh, is it so? Then what? Then what? Then that person will add more and more masala. Isn't it? The more you start showing interest, the more the story becomes big. Upanishad will become a Purana. But suppose you are just watching that person. No interest at all. Then what will happen? That person, okay, I'll come somewhat. I think you are not in good mood. Mind is also like that. The mind has come to chat with you, gossip with you. So initially some thoughts will come. It wants a time pass with you. Now you will decide whether the fellow will remain. You have to decide whether to entertain the mind or not. Manasam tu kim margane krite means being an indifferent observer. You are not commenting. You are just witnessing. Even when you comment, you get indrawn. Hey, this is bad thought. I want to get rid. That becomes another set of thoughts. You just watch, whether good or bad, as though some river is flowing. And in that river, some filth also is flowing. But you are not affected. You are just watching. A bystander, just watching. Not showing any interest. Then what happens to the thoughts? Thoughts die down. Remember, in order to witness the thoughts, you will have to be firmly rooted in witness. And who is this witness? None other than God. So at the seat of meditation, there are only two entities. Thoughts and the witness of the thoughts. Witness is God, thoughts means world. Choice is yours, whom to choose. If you choose thoughts, You will wander with the mind. If you choose the witness, the mind will stop, only the witness will remain. That is called as Chittva Darshanam. And that itself is Tattva Darshanam. If you hold on to the witness, mind will disappear. The obstructing medium will disappear. The reality will be very clear, because now there is no medium to obstruct the reality. You are one with the reality. You are the reality. Marga Arjava. If you can do this, nothing else is needed. Nothing else is needed. No japa, no chanting, no puja, no bhajan, nothing is needed. But can you do it? You have to witness the mind. Witness the mind means what? Not even taking the support of the mind. First you took the support of body, speech and the mind. Puja. Next you dropped one support. What remains? Speech and the mind. Then mind. Then drop the mind. It's like pole vault. As you run with that pole, as the pole straightens up, what are you doing? You are climbing the pole. This pole is the mind. From the tamasic level to the rajasic level to the sattvic level. And finally, what do you do with the pole? When you reach the peak of the pole, you drop the pole. That dropping is this. Manasam tu kim margane krite. This is what has to be done. And for that, extreme purity is essential, extreme concentration is essential. You have no support there in that final state of meditation. Even the mind's support is not there. Supportless, you have to stand. The only support is the consciousness. It is like that, in Janmashtami you break that pot, So first 20 people, upon that 10 people, upon that 5, upon that maybe 2. The final person, see, others all have supports. But the one who has to break the pot, he has no support. So the one who is a lightweight and who has good balance, such a person alone is sent on the top. Hefty fellow is not sent. You must have a good balance. You must be able to balance yourself. Such a person breaks the pot. So too, the most difficult job is that person who is on the top. In the same way, this meditation is very straightforward, but the most difficult, because it demands tremendous amount of purity. Watch the mind, silence the mind, you have become the reality. Bhagavan, will you please give us a little more tips, Bhagavan? Manasam to Kim and all is okay. Little more tips, Bhagavan. We are not that qualified. Okay, listen. Verse number 18. So more explanation is given for this verse. Vrittayastvaham vrittimashritah vrittayo mano vidyaham manah vrittayastvaham vrittimashritah vrittayo mano vidyaham manah. Yes. Witness the mind and the mind disappears. Bhagavan, will you please throw some more light upon this? Can you elaborate a little? Yes, I will. Now Bhagavan says, what is mind? Vrittayaha manaha. Definition number 1. Statement number 1. What is mind? Vrittayaha, thoughts. Mind is nothing but flow of thoughts. Vrittayaha manaha. But though there are so many thoughts, there is a relationship. Because there are two types of thoughts. And they are related. Vrittayaha aham vrittim ashritaha. All the thoughts in the mind, ashritaha, they take refuge. They are supported. Supported by whom? Aham vrittim. Vrittayaha tu aham vrittim ashritaha. Just like the entire tree with the branches and the leaves and the twigs, they are supported by the root. Root is the support. It is not seen, the tree is seen, but the unseen root becomes a support of all that is happening on the tree. In the same way, all my thoughts are existing, supported by an unseen thought, and that thought is called aham vritti. I thought. Now, I will not use this term I thought because it will create misunderstanding. I thought. You thought and I thought. No, not that. I in, inverted commas. I thought. It's called as aham vritti. So I'll use only the term aham vritti now. Vrittayaha tu aham vrittim ashritaha. All the thoughts, they reside in, take refuge in, gain the nourishment from aham vritti, I thought. So all these thoughts, I will use the term idam vritti. Okay? Idam means what? This thought. Anything which is defining anything other than me, we can use the term idam. So all the idam vrittis are residing in aham vritti. Now this is a great tip. So therefore, at the seat of meditation, if I have to silence the mind, if I have to silence the thoughts, what should I do? Don't pay attention to idam vrittis. Target only the aham vritti. This is the point. If you have to destroy the tree, don't go on clipping the leaves. It will never end. By the time you have finished, again leaves have come. Instead of paying attention to the leaves and twigs, go directly to the root, finish it off. This is the tip. If you have to destroy the mind, if you have to destroy the thoughts in the mind, these thoughts cannot be destroyed as long as aham vritti is there. And all the thoughts, they come from aham vritti. Definition of I determines all the thoughts in the mind. Now here we have to spend a long time. All my thoughts are based on I thought, aham vritti. First of all, why are these thoughts rising in the mind? So yesterday also we have discussed, thoughts are rising in the mind seeking two things. What are they? Security and happiness. When I am insecure, all my thoughts will be to ensure my security. If I am unhappy, all my thoughts will be for happiness. If I am hungry, all my thoughts will be food. If I am thirsty, all my thoughts will be regarding, you see, whatever the problem aham vritti is facing, the thoughts will be directed towards solving the problems of the I. That is how the mind is designed. If I am having physical problem, what kind of thoughts will I have? The problem belongs to the aham vritti. The thoughts, idam vrittis, will try to find solution for the problems faced by aham vritti. If it is a physical problem, mind is busy hunting physical solutions. Solution at the physical level. If there is an emotional problem, mind is busy trying to find solution for these emotional problems. If it's an intellectual problem, mind is busy with it. So there is a law based on which the thoughts are functioning. Whatever the problem aham vritti is facing, idam vrittis are busy trying to solve the problems of aham vritti. Now let us take some examples. So you are seeing a movie. Let us say Jurassic Park. So there is this dinosaur. There is a scene, I think in some kitchen or something. The fellow enters and is searching. And this fellow is hiding there. Silence. And this dinosaur is searching. Now where is your identification? Where is your aham vritti now? You are identified with that. Hey, hide. Don't peep. We keep telling. Because now my I is not here. My I is. You see? Now all my thoughts are to save that person. All these thriller movies. There's a lion. And this fellow is running. Where to hide? Then we jump from our seat. Hey, there is a vehicle, get into that. Hey, there's a ladder, get in. Why? Because now my aham vritti is not identified with this body, it is with that body, and now I am worried and anxious trying to protect that body. What is my relationship with that body? Now my identification is with that character. So I am living in the movie. I am alive in the movie through that character. So his existence is my existence. So I have to secure him, protect him, save him. So all my thoughts are to protect that person. Are you able to see the relationship? Aham vritti and idam. My thoughts are not to protect me in the film theater. My thoughts are to protect that person because that is where I am present now. That is where identification is. So wherever the aham vritti is, idam vritti is simply associated with that. Trying to give happiness to the aham vritti, try to secure the aham vritti. Are you able to understand? Another example. So there is a very nice joke, you can say. So this man goes to the doctor and says, Doctor, I strongly believe that I am a rat. I don't know what to do. Then the doctor said, okay, do the japa. I am not a rat, I am a human being. I am not a rat, I am a human being. Come on, tell 10 times. He was telling. Now how do you feel? Doctor, I am feeling far better now. Okay, now you can go. After 1 minute, he came running, huffing and puffing, sweating. What happened? There's a cat there. But see, just now only said, you are a human being. No, oh doctor, I know that I am a human being, but that cat doesn't know. I know that I am a human being, that cat. This is a beautiful story. It's not just a joke. I am imagining what the cat is imagining about me. You see? Whose imagination is it? Cat's imagination or my imagination? My imagination. So my idam vritti will always be based on my aham vritti. So now I am thinking that I am a rat. That is my aham vritti. So all my other thoughts will be based on this. Are you able to see? You look into the world, but all the thoughts regarding the world finally is based on what is your understanding about yourself. All your thoughts. And that is why the most important thing in life is know who you are. Another example. In the dream, what happens in the dream? There's a shift of identification. In the waking, I'm identified with the waking body. But how do I enter into the dream? I drop my identification with the waking body and identify with the dream body. In the dream, there is another body. I can't take my waking body into the dream world. There is a separate body with which only I can transact in the dream world. I have to first identify with that dream body. That's the first step. Then the dream world appears real. So what has changed? Aham vritti has changed. You see? Now in the dream, what is my understanding about myself? I am this dreamer body. And then the dream situations, dream happenings, they start affecting me. What is the first thing that happens when you come out of dream? The first thing is aham vritti of the dream is destroyed. You identify with the waking body, you drop the identification from the dream body. At that very same moment, you wake up from the dream. So what is the point of discussion? All your thoughts are based on aham vritti. Vrittayaha tu aham vrittim ashritaha. Right. Now, let us try to understand what this aham vritti is at present in our mind. So we observe this world and we find when the body comes into existence, I come into existence. When the body dies, I also die. This is what I see in others, and therefore I imagine that this must be happening to me also. When a person is born, that person is available for transaction. When that person's body dies, that person is no more. So if this is happening to others, definitely it must be happening to me. So therefore, with body's existence, I exist. With body's non-existence, I become non-existent. Therefore, what is the conclusion? I am the body. Moreover, whatever is happening inside the body, I experience. The moment I go out, I no more experience. Therefore, double confirmation, I am the body only. Correct? I am limited by the boundaries of the body. So what is my definition about myself? I am the body. This is aham vritti. Vritti means a thought, a notion, definition about myself. I have defined myself as this body. Remember, it's a thought. And now I start adding further thoughts. I am tall. I am short. I am thin. I am fat. I am fair. I am dark. So slowly, I start adding more and more details to this I thought. I am intelligent. I am dull. And then I start comparing with others. And with comparison, I slowly start rating myself, judging myself. And this bundle of notions about myself, which I have gathered, this bundle of notion is called I thought, aham vritti. Right. Now, what has to be done? Remember, the law is any thought can be witnessed. Yes or no? Yes. So, see this. Idam vrittis are supported by aham vritti. Aham vritti is also a vritti. See the term. Vrittayah manaha vidhi aham manaha. This aham vritti is also a part of the mind. Why is this aham vritti a part of the mind? Mind is defined as thoughts, so therefore aham vritti is also thoughts only. And therefore it's a part of the mind. It is not you. This is the point. So if it is not me, if it is a thought, I must be able to witness the thought. Yes, this is what you have to do. Next verse. Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvatah. Aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Ahaminashabhajahmahantaya. Ahaminashabhajahmahantaya. Sfurati hridsvayam paramapurnasat. Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvatah. Aipatatyaham nija vicharanam. Ahaminashabhajahmahantaya. Sfurati hridsvayam paramapurnasat. Yes. Aham ayam, ayam aham, this aham vritti, kutah bhavati, from where is it coming? Iti chinvatah. In this way, when you inquire, I, wonder of wonders, patati aham, this aham vritti falls, disappears. Nija vicharanam. This is called self-enquiry. This is the famous self-enquiry of Ramana Maharshi. Here it is. Nija vicharanam. Nija means I. Vicharana means inquiry. Inquiry into I. Self-enquiry. This is what you have to do. What you have to do? You have to question aham vritti. What is aham vritti? A bundle of wrong notions about ourselves. How did we gather this bundle of wrong notions? By superficial analysis of our experiences. But by not going to the Guru, by not studying the scriptures, we analyzed and we concluded superficial analysis without any guidance. We concluded that we are this body. This is remaining as a bundle of wrong notion in our head that is called as aham vritti. And all your life is based on this aham vritti. Even if you sit for meditation, what will happen? Remaining in aham vritti, you will observe idam vritti. What will happen? At the most, idam vrittis will become silent. You will get some peace of mind and say, wonderful meditation. That thief, aham vritti is still there. Root is still there. You have clipped some leaves and twigs and said, I am progressing. Next day again the leaves will spring up. This is what we are doing in the name of meditation. As long as aham vritti is not destroyed, there is no progress. Aham vritti is what? In the world it expresses as ego. That ego is called aham vritti. Ahamayam kuto bhavati chinvatah. Again, inquire into the nature of this aham vritti. Remember what is inquiry? Witnessing. You are witnessing. Can you witness aham vritti? Yes or no? Yes. Why? Because you are not aham vritti. Then who are you? You are pure aham, pure consciousness. See? Idam vrittis are witnessed by aham vritti, but aham is also a vritti, so it can be witnessed. And the moment you start witnessing aham vritti, aham falls, aham vritti falls. And then what happens? Ahami, nasha bhaji. When this aham vritti falls, aham taya. Svurati hrutsvayam paramapurna sat. In that place of false I, real I starts shining forth. The illusory, egoistic I falls, aham vritti falls. The real I, Satchit Ananda Surupa, the pure I, the pure consciousness, Furati Swayam, automatically it shines. And what is the nature of this pure I? Paramapurna Sat. Existence which is Purnam, absolutely perfect, complete, nothing lacking. That infinite, immortal, blissful self shines forth. Shines forth in what? You become that. The false I falls, real I shines forth. This is Nija Vicharanam. So now how are you experiencing God now? Not as an object, but as the very subject, as the very I. Aham Brahma Asmi. This is self-enquiry. Now to do this meditation, what is needed? What is the price? The price is purity of mind. What will happen if you try this meditation without purity? You will not know what is idam vritti. You will not know what is aham vritti. And you will not know what is aham. The three layers are there. You see, aham vritti and idam vritti. At the most you can do witnessing of idam vritti, but you will remain at aham vritti only. But to do the witnessing of aham vritti, you need to have extreme purity. Greater the purity, greater is the distance you see between aham and aham vritti. Objectification means what? Remaining as a subject, keeping the object far is called objectification. Remaining as an observer, keeping the observed entity far away from you. To the extent it is far away from you, to that extent efficient witnessing is possible. To the extent the observed entity is nearer, witnessing is difficult. And if it has become one, aham and aham vritti one, what witnessing? Are you able to understand? So purer the mind. See, it is something like a microscope, you know. The greater the power of the microscope, you can very clearly see all these things, distinct, separate. In the same way, pure mind can clearly see the distinction, separation. And once you see the separation, witnessing is easy. And once witnessing is done, the unreal is destroyed, the real alone shines forth. This is self-enquiry. But to do this, puja, japa, dhyana, all those stages will have to go. Right. More of it we will see tomorrow. Now, some of the doubts which can come to the devotees, Bhagavan himself is going to take. That we are going to see tomorrow. Okay. Right. कल्याण सुंदर रामा कारुण्य जानकी रामा पीतांबरधर रामा भयभीति विभञ्जन रामा दशावतारा रामा दशमुखमर्दन रामा भक्तसुधामा रामा भक्तप्रियङ्कर रामा भक्तसुधामा रामा भक्तप्रियङ्कर रामा कारुण्य जानकी रामा कल्याण सुंदर रामा कारुण्य जानकी रामा पीतांबरधर रामा भयभीति विभञ्जन रामा भयभीति विभञ्जन रामा ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ. So after Arati, now we'll have a question answer session. Right.
First, okay. Hari Om everyone, just a few quick announcements. Tomorrow will be the concluding session of Swamiji's discourse. The timings are it starts at 9 a.m. So please do come for that. I think there is a slide, right? Timings, yeah. 9 a.m. is breakfast, 9 to 9:45. 9:45 bhajans, followed by 10 o'clock is the start of the discourse, and it will conclude at 11:30 with Arati and a group picture and of course Prasad. And I think as we mentioned yesterday, we are looking for everyone to come dressed up in white or off-white. So as Ganesh likes to say, we'll have a nice group picture that will look very nice. The other announcement for tomorrow is tomorrow evening at Sanjeevani. There is a 5:30 to 6 o'clock high schoolers are meeting Swamiji there. So whoever has high schoolers, please encourage all of you to go to that session. 6 to 7 is just satsang with Swamiji. 7 to 8 is a dinner bhiksha, and 8 p.m. is Guru Dakshina and Prasad. So those were the announcements for tomorrow. And about Guru Dakshina, we have made announcements already, but just to reiterate, please, there are white envelopes here. Those of you who would like to donate with a check or something, please take that. Otherwise, the best, of course, is the kiosk. Yes, these are the pictures that Ganesh wanted to show. And of course, we talked about the bookmark also that we'll be handing out for tomorrow's session. I would like to now request all the Aarti sponsors to please come up for Aarti. And all the Annadanam sponsors and the daily sponsor, please join for dinner in the cafeteria at 9 o'clock. Aarti sponsors, please come now. Everyone please come for Aarti. I'll actually call out the names. Neelima Dash, Geeta Patel, Usha and Jagdish Bhatnagarji, and Sheila and Ganesh. Daily sponsor is Bala Mandani and Vibha Sood. Please come. Yes, today there is a working committee leads are going to meet with Swamiji. So please stay back for that. Oh, okay. Please join for Aarti as well, all the working committee leads. Thank you.
आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की दिव्य रूप मूर्ति करुणा की। आरती सद्गुरु की। चरणों में उनके शांति समाए, शरणागत की भ्रांति मिटाए, पाप ताप संताप हरण की। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। वेद उपनिषद गीता को गाया, धर्म सनातन फिर से जगाया, शुद्ध नीति प्रीति शंकर की। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। सिद्ध बाड़ी की तपोभूमि में नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे, भक्त हृदय आनंद स्रोत की। आरती श्री चिन्मय आरती सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। बोलिए श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।